Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Friday. It is the 22nd of September 2023. Gonna look at the featured 8th race from Aqueduct, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Today's card from Aqueduct's very good. Problem is, after today, turf racing here in New York might be a thing of the past for the next for the weekend. You probably know turf racing until next Thursday after today, but it's a good card today. So let's look at the featured 8th race, which is the John Hettinger Stakes. It's going for a purse of $125,000. Race fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, state breds here. We have a very good field of 10 horses entered. 8, 9, and 10 are MTOs. 7 will head to the inner turf course, the 1,800-meter journey, or a mile and 1/8 on the inner turf course. Portable rails are up at 18 feet. I'm going to take the one horse, What Love Looks Like, as a top selection. Let's go 1-3-2-5 in the superfecta. 1-3-2-5 super. Top selection, one horse, What Love Looks Like. 4-year-old Flip English Channel. Top Fletcher trains. Flavian Pratt gets to mount. The horse's most recent outing came in the Otto Handicap at Saratoga, mile 16, 27th of August, and the horse finished 4th by 7.5 lengths that day. Had a very wide posture, was wide throughout, and he just didn't get the good turn of foot to win. Refreshing here, back to a mile and 1/8, which I think the source will like. Hopefully Flavian's a little bit more, aggressive with the horse. I think front runners have been doing very well. I think the horse get the job done and get a good race. She had everything her own way, going a mile 3/8 on the 6th of August, Saratoga. Op 6-2 claimer, winning by 3.25 lengths that day. She stalked. She was a little bit wide, but when she had the turn of foot, she had everything her own way. That was a very easy run, coming home with a decent 85 buyer there. And then prior to that, at Belmont on July the 4th, mile 16th in the inaugural Port Washington, she won by 1.75 lengths. She went at 3 other rivals. She stalked the leader. She quickened up, and she went away with it. She actually won 4 in a row. She won the Port Washington, one after that Saratoga, and then one before that at Belmont, going a mile and option 45 on Memorial Day weekend, winning by a half a length from a tracking trip, a little bit wide, but she really took off clear. And then she won here at Aqueduct in late April in a very tough state at option 45, winning by a half a length. She was much the best, or excuse me, that was a place there in that race at here at Aqueduct in the spring, excuse me, but I'm looking at the wrong line. That was from Saratoga. But coming here today, she could definitely win. I'm using her on the ticket. I think the 3-horse Runaway Rumor could win also for Linda Rice. Previous trained by Horacio Paz, most recently on that Yaddo. The horse just never really got going. It was a little bit flat there. Before then, the Day La Rose, again, a little bit wide and flat. And then just saw a weird turf course at Belmont that closing week. It didn't rain at Belmont from basically Preakness Day up until July the 4th. Then the final meet of the week, meet at Belmont, that's when the turf courses got a little spongy at times. So some horses weren't handling it. I think it was more noticeable towards the end of the Belmont meeting, that final 2 days, especially that final day where the rains came after about the 4th race. But I just don't think the horse handled the turf course in the Port Washington. But prior to that, on lightning fast turf course in Mount Vernon, he finished 2nd by a nose, and he got caught the wire, but he ran his heart out. He's come here to Aqueduct where he's won in the past. He ran a decent third, closing up from nowhere in this race last year. He could win. I'll use him on the ticket. And even the 2-horse here, New Gina, could win also. Most recently in the Otto, she won by 1.75 lengths and closed up from last that day. That was a very good victory at 8.5 to 1. Prior to that, over the Wilson Mile, not a dirt horse, not a Wilson Mile kind of horse. She just never really got out of the gate so clearly, and it cost her that day. But coming back to turf, back to Aqueduct, which she's run very well in the past, she could win also. But to recap my selection for the 8th from Belmont, the Big A, it's the John Hettinger Stakes. Going to take the 1-horse What Love Looks Like. Give kudos to the 3-horse Runaway Rumor, and the 2-horse New Gina. 1-3-2-5 Super. 1-3-2 in your multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.